Hi there, my name is David Price Francis and welcome to Energy Worlds. Today we're going to be exploring the realm of the human energy field or aura and looking at the fact that each of us has an aura that surrounds us. And let me say a little about that, which is that it extends approximately to the end of your fingers. So if you reach out to the edge of your fingers around you, that's about usually the expansion of the aura. It does get confused sometimes because people think that the little white band, usually a white color, that goes around the head and the shoulders is the aura. That's not the case. That is called the etheric. And what that is to do with the vibrancy level of a person. So when we have a lot of energy, we get a nice, thick, strong etheric. And when our energy diminishes, the etheric actually shrinks down a bit and becomes less visible. So when you do learn to see into these worlds, you'll get to recognize that there's different levels in the human energy field. The etheric is the most dense and the easiest to see. The aura itself extends out further, and then different colors appear in the aura according to what process we're engaged in. So color in that sense is like the first cloak of force. In a way, our aura is our coat of many colors, our cloak of many colors. And when we change our mind, when we have a different feeling, when we make a different action, it can change the colors in the aura. And our energy field, it actually breathes in and out in a way, in that it changes about every 7 seconds or so. It's kind of like it's just like we breathe in and out physically, breathing in air, breathing in gas. It's like our energy field is forming up and breaking down about every 7 seconds. Now, does this mean the colors are constantly changing? Not necessarily, because if we have a sustained thought or a sustained emotion, it'll hold through that process. But if we have a change of state, let's say we go from being organizing to becoming emotional. Well, emotion has a yellow color that goes out into the energy field or aura. Very often comes out from the throat. So the throat is one of the outposts of emotional energy. It's why when we get emotional, we might get a lump in the throat. And we have interesting expressions to do with different colors in the energy field. And this is where language can be so helpful, because things got embedded in the language about the kind of patterns and colors in our energy field. Example, saying that a coward has a yellow streak. What does that mean? Well, if someone's been trained militarily to be kind of obedient and in the red and working along a certain red energy, and suddenly they get emotional, they literally get a yellow streak in their aura. They can get a yellow streak up their spine. So the yellow streak is to do with becoming emotional. And with emotion, what can happen is the person goes, hang on, that's real danger. I need to pull back. That would be the emotional influence. Another example, green with envy. What does that mean? Well, a nice pale green is to do with creative energy. You see that in the energy field. But if someone isn't using their own creativity, well, they can actually get a darker, murkier green because they envy what someone else is doing. It's where we get the idea of jealousy being a green-eyed monster, as Shakespeare put it. And other colors, red with rage. I mean, that is to do then with when someone is really angry, they put red into their energy field. And so a person who's seeing red is actually is actually seeing potentially what's in their field. So we get these different expressions, and there's others, not only to do with color, but things like being under the influence or under a cloud. We get the idea that there's somehow a person is, something's got into you today. That's another one. Like, what is it? Where did it come from? How did it get into you? These are mysteries to do with human energies. And I've said it before, but say it again, that you may ask someone to bring you a bucket of water and they know what to do. But you say, bring me a bucket of love, bring me a bucket of hope. They look at you curiously. But what's most important, these qualities are absolutely as real as the physical world. So when someone takes courage, it changes the color in their aura. When someone is patient, if someone is calm, they have a nice blue in their energy field. If someone goes, oh, chill, let's cool it, that's more to do with a blue way of being. if we're more into get things done, we're trying to generate a red power, a red energy, which you can then see in the energy field. So there's a lot to explore, there's a lot to discover. So this really is introductory to the dynamic of the human energy field, the colours that can be seen and what they mean. And if you're interested in exploring this further, look out for these sayings in the language, like red with rage, calling blue murder. You get these different interesting sayings. And if you enjoy this content, then like, follow, subscribe, or write in the comment below. And if you spot more of these interesting sayings in the language, put them in the comment below. I look forward to seeing you in the next Energy Worlds video. Bye for now.